Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome to my Let's Try of the Sage 2020 demo of Starbuster, a fast-paced 2D action platformer in development by Helmet Studios. I'll be spending at least half an hour on this title, giving my second impressions along the way. We have two playable characters, the Droid Alpha and the Lizard Cassie. For this Let's Try, I'll be playing as Alpha. I first streamed this game over a month ago, but I decided to re-record the footage as I wasn't satisfied with that playthrough. I made too many mistakes. That's a pretty special core crystal he has, as we'll soon learn more about. And that's how Alpha was born. Welcome to training. Here's one of Alpha's most important moves, the dash. As long as I hold down the button and I'm at ground level, he'll dash forward continuously. Learn to love this move. In contrast, his gun isn't really that powerful. I much prefer to use his sword instead. That's why I'll rarely use the gun. And that's the training done. Only took 34.5 seconds. I could have completed training faster if I didn't stop as much. Welcome to Laboratory 19. Our objective is to escape. Training did not teach us two moves. The first one is that we can double jump. The second one is that we can charge up our sword, like the gun. The latter which becomes really handy for bosses and mini-bosses. To equip mods, press start, go up here, and you can equip them. Keep in mind that not all mods are compatible with each other. For example, I can equip Pierce and Incendiary at the same time. I picked up a soundtrack. I can listen to this under the menu. This will likely come in handy. Another nice feature of this game is that we can charge up our sword and gun at the same time. Time for the first mini-boss battle. Prime Zero Avatar 2. This is where my initial lack of knowledge in the game really hurt. I didn't realize at first that you could double jump and charge up your sword, so I had to rely on single jumps and aerial slashes. It took a while. On to Act 2. This is directly taken from the Zero series. To be fair, one of this game's main inspirations is the Zero series, and it shows. It's aiming to be a faster-paced version of a Zero game. However, I will say that the general gameplay loop is superior here. You have much more time to react to oncoming enemies and hazards, thanks to the increased screen real estate, and most don't deal contact damage. They explicitly have to attack you first. Welcome to Act 3, the train. Nice, something that stacks. On to the boss of the stage, Thunderbird GR3. Make sure to use his special abilities. That's another mistake I made during my initial playthrough. That looks more dangerous than it actually is. Bye, Thunderbird. I took more damage than I did initially, but that's because I'm playing much more aggressively. Aw, look at his face. That's one of the first signs that he's quite different from the rest. From the rest of the Imperial droids, that is. Now, if I was playing as Cassie, I'd have a different intro stage that explains why the ship has crashed here. For the next few minutes, I'll be exploring the ship, so if you want to skip ahead to the next stage, navigate to the timestamp currently on screen. So he's kind of like Proto-Man in that way, with an unstable reactor. In case I missed any of these abilities, I can purchase them here. For example, Ricochet and Quick Step. But I'll take the Micro Missiles. Better than ×3 after all. I'll just pick up these spare crystals. I completely overlooked this during my first playthrough. There might even be an extra ability up there. Indeed there is. Overdrive. Everything charges faster. That's extremely handy. That probably won't be there in the final game. I think these are indestructible. Sadly, these are not ladders. The small med packs work on me, so I'll purchase at least one of them. You remind me of another character from another show. To the right is the captain, but I won't talk with him just yet. Sure there, Alpha. Sorry I didn't catch that. Knowing this is based off the Mega Man series, that may be an accurate assessment. Well, it could be, with some modifications. It's funny seeing his misunderstandings of the environment. He was built for war after all, so of course he sees everything in terms of weapons and armor. You know what? Let me purchase Quick Step 2 after I visit Zero. I like going faster. Wait, was there something on the wall to the right? No, I thought the 2 was highlighted. We'll learn more about that in Cassie's storyline. Aw, look at that face. Unless that crystal bleeds. Sure, let's do it. Welcome to Valkyrie Bay. Cassie also travels through this stage. As you may have noticed, this game rewards exploration quite a bit, in terms of extra collectibles, bonus upgrades, and completely different routes. So that's how we get that normally. For instance, this stage has at least 3 different routes. I mostly took the uppermost one here. In that way, it reminds me of the classic Sonic series, especially Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Guided missiles? Yes, please. The game also does a nice job of introducing mechanics in controlled environments and gradually escalating the difficulty. We saw that with the water, cannons, and launchers. Gotta be sure I'm not missing anything. In order to actually damage it, I need to hit it with the cannon. Three shots will do the trick. On to Act 2. We're now in the old dockyard. I love the imported upper slash. Hi again, Cassie. No, I did. I just wanted to see your reaction. Speaking of introducing mechanics in controlled environments, in order to open that locked gate, I need to press that switch, but by doing so, it activates all those contraptions. More free medkits. We can do these in any order we choose. I'll do them from bottom to top. The more buttons I press, the more contraptions and hazards are activated. As much as I like to use the dash, in these sections, it's safer to hold off from it from time to time. And this is where I'll use my first medkit. Better safe than sorry. This is why I was hesitant to buy the quick step. Notice what's happening in the background? We'll encounter that soon enough. I always like it when games actually have a non-static background, where there's stuff actually happening there. I should have just pressed start there. No worries, the checkpoint was only 15 seconds away. That's one of the risks of this game. Going fast is fun and all, but it also means there's a greater chance of getting hit. named after that famous serpent in Norse mythology. Bye. I always like it in games where the events in the background correspond to what's happening in the foreground. For instance, foreshadowing an upcoming boss. It's just like the boulder trap. Nice save there, Alpha. Ah. He's been running off of adrenaline, or whatever his equivalent is. Those regular droids are called zombies, this starship is run by brains, and I don't even know what Titus is. Elsewhere. A female counterpart to Alpha. What's her name going to be? Omega? And that ends the demo of Starbuster, one of the best ones I played in Sage 2020. So here are my overall thoughts. The graphics were nice, especially once I reached Valkyrie Bay, and I liked how stuff was actually happening in the background. Too many 2D games have static or looping backgrounds. The music was fine as well. I quite enjoyed the remix of Gravity Beetle's theme for the first two acts. Now, onto the gameplay. It was a joy all around. As I said before, it's aiming to be a faster paced version of the Zero series. I dare say it does a better job than the Zero series too. It's simply so satisfying to tear through all the enemies, using a combination of the gun and sword techniques. everything feels much more manageable, but at the same time, I can choose to make it more difficult by rushing forward and not letting go of the dash button. In that way, it feels like an evolution of the Zero series. It has a lot of speedrunning potential. For Alpha, it's obvious, what with its dashing, but Cassie has that potential too, thanks to her grapple arm. She simply has a steeper learning curve. Not only that, it rewards exploration too, and if you choose not to explore, you can always pay a visit to the shop and purchase most of the items you missed. All in all, this was a wonderful demo. I highly recommend you all try it out, especially if you're into the X or Zero series. Nevertheless, I wish the best of luck to the creators of this title. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.